So, Aston Villa come to St James's Park, and it's fair to say they'll be coming to St James's Park with plenty of confidence, given the way they played against Wolves. Despite not winning the game, I think they 100% deserved to take the 3 points. For us, it's a return to St James's Park after a really drab 0-0 draw against West Bromwich Albion, which didn't do us any favours in the relegation battle. But what formation will Steve Bruce play? How will we go out to perform on Friday night? Let's have a look, and I'll give you my team. Hi everyone, I'm Paul, back again with another video on the Toon Review YouTube channel where we are previewing Friday night's Premier League clash between Newcastle United and Aston Villa. Now, like I said in the intro there, Villa will come to win the game. There is no doubt about that. Dean Smith will have them set up to try and win the game. Us, on the other hand, who knows? Steve Bruce decided to go to West Brom and play for a point, which was an absolute disgrace. He didn't play with an out-and-out striker. That has to change against Villa, because whether Steve Bruce likes this or not, it is a must-win game. It's a massive game, and it is a must-win game, despite what the plank says. So, for me, we have to go out with a formation that I think will actually be good to attack Aston Villa as well as protect our own goal. It's very important that we don't switch off in this game, because if we switch off defensively in this game, Villa have the players to hurt us. They've got Grealish, they've got McGinn, they've got Barkley, Traore, Ollie Watkins, who, by the way, was fantastic against Wolves. Brilliant 25-yard shot in the first half, which hit the bar. He is certainly a player to watch, and he's very, very lively. So we will have to be switched on from the word go. And all these stupid defensive mistakes are well and truly going to have to be cut out. Now, for the lineup, I want to see us go 4-2-3-1, because I genuinely believe the 4-2-3-1 is the formation. Despite the injuries that we have, this is the formation that I think would hurt Villa the most. I want to start with Dubravka in goal. Right back, Manquillo, because I think if he was fit to start on the bench last week, he should be fit now to start the game. So Manquillo has to come back in for Emil Kraft, who's been nothing short of dreadful. Left back, I'd stick with Paul Dummett. Dummett's done really, really well against West Bromwich Albion. Yes, he tied a little bit towards the end. That was expected, given that he hasn't played for so long. So I want to see Dummett in there. I also, in the centre of defence, I'm happy to leave it the same as it is. Kieran Clark, who was fantastic against West Brom. And Jamal Lascelles, who didn't do too badly against West Brom either. Would I rather see Fernandes and Clark in? Yes. I'd rather see Lascelles drop, but let's be honest, guys, that's not going to happen, unfortunately. We are going to have to go with the captain, because he won't drop him. Now, in midfield, the two sitting, I'd want to see Isaac Hayden and Joe Willock. Now, when I say two sitting, I mainly mean Isaac Hayden just sitting in front of the back four, looking after them and cutting out any through balls. Joe Willock, hopefully, will have the the permission to roam forward a bit more and help out, because I think that's what he's generally good at. He's got a good engine to get up and down. The three in front of him, I want to see Ryan Fraser on the right, Elliot Anderson on the left, and through the middle in the number 10 role, I want to see Sean Longstaff, and I'll come on to that in a minute. And up front, big Andy Carroll. Now, I think Andy Carroll would be really good against Villa, because Villa have some big defenders. They're good in the air. However, it doesn't matter what you think of Andy Carroll. He is a menace when he's, dealing with crosses. Elliot Anderson and Fraser putting the crosses in will cause Villa problems, and Andy Carroll will give any sentinel defender a run for the money when they're trying to go for a header. Yes, he gives fouls away, etc. That's just the type of player he is. He's just old school centre forward. But the Sean Longstaff thing is very interesting for me, because I'm going back to, Bournemouth last season when he played in the number 10 role. I thought he was outstanding. He was lively. He was linking play up. He scored a cracking goal. He did have to go off injured, unfortunately, so it kind of ruined the game for him. But he looked a better player. And given that what's happened to Sean Longstaff in recent months, the form dropping and the being left out all the time, and the possible fallout with Steve Bruce, I think Steve Bruce has to let bygones be bygones now and actually put Sean Longstaff in the team, but play him further up the pitch in the number 10 role. I don't think Joe Willock suited that role at all against West Bromwich Albion. I don't think he was quite comfortable there, given that we didn't have a striker either. It was a more bigger role from Joe Willock than he probably wanted, because he was playing in a false 9, number 10 role, which it just didn't suit his game. So I hope that Steve Bruce can now think forward and think of the team rather than his own, his own sense, really. Rather than just look at Sean Longstaff and say, right, I'm still punishing you. Put him in the team. Give him the go at number 10 and just let bygones be bygones. The team is more important now. The surviving relegation is more important. But again, it's Steve Bruce we're talking about. And the man is so arrogant that he just wants to make a point with everybody, doesn't he? So that may be a problem for us. However, we have to put our trust in the players that go out there on Friday night to try and get 3 points. Because it's massive for us, this game. If you look ahead, we've got Villa at home and then Brighton away next week. Now, these are 2 games that, we would have been looking at as a club as possible 3-pointers here. So after that, we play quite a lot of the big teams. So it's vital that we get some points on the board, starting with Villa on Friday night. We can look ahead to the Brighton game later. Yes, it's going to be a difficult game because Brighton will be fired up just as much as hopefully we will be. But this Villa game is an opportunity. Go out there, perform, get 3 points. And even if we don't perform, just still get the 3 points. Because quite frankly, in my opinion now, I think that the 3 points are more important than the performance. We need, even if we win 1-0 to go off somebody's backside, I'll be happy with. Because I'd rather see us have 3 points on the board than after the game turn around and say, well, we played well, but we didn't quite get over the line, and we have another point on the board, or worse still, we get beat. I think we need to come out against Aston Villa and, start the game like we started the last few games really well, but maintain that level. Don't drop off. But this is a problem because of the training methods. The fitness of the team isn't there. If we look to West Brom, the team looked absolutely knackered after half an hour, yet West Brom played on the Thursday before with the same 11 and still looked lively all the way through the match. We need to play 90 minutes of football. From the off, no mistakes, no lapses of concentration, and be on it for the full 90 minutes. Because I generally feel if we can attack teams like we did against Villa West Brom in the first 10, 15 minutes, keep that mentality up through the game, we will score goals. We will beat teams. But whatever this manager is saying to the team at half-time, it clearly doesn't work. It's not motivating the players. The players come out with a completely different attitude, and we just go to shit. And I just don't want to see that because a team like Aston Villa, the players they have in their arsenal, they will punish us. We know that West Brom didn't quite have the players that were good enough to punish us on Sunday. But on Friday night, Villa will have the players because it looks like Grealish is going to come back. Now, whether he actually starts or he's a sub, he will make an impact sometime during that game. Ross Barkley started on the bench against Wolves. Will he be in the starting lineup? Possibly so. McGinn's a great player. Watkins is all over the place. He will cause defenders lots of problems from the off. Traore is a good player as well. They've got a good base of a team there and a team that can hurt you if you switch off. Look at the Liverpool game that Villa played. Liverpool switched off, thought that was going to be an easy 3 points, and Villa stuck 7 past them. So it's not going to be a straightforward 3 points for Newcastle United. It never is, let's be honest. But this is 3 points that we have to get. And I don't want to hear Steve Bruce come out in his press conference tomorrow or whenever it may be and say, well, Villa are a good side. They've got a good manager, some good players. Build our team up. Stop talking about what's going on behind the scenes, about trying to find moles and treason and all this kind of shite. Just give us some motivation, Steve. Tell the media that you're setting this team out for 3 points. You're going for it because you know how important the 3 points is. That this game does mean something to you. Not like the West Brom game. He said it's not a must-win game. These are all must-win games now, Steve, the situation we find ourselves in. Let's not kid ourselves. So come out in the press conference and actually big the lads up. Big the team up. Big yourself up if you need to. Just say, yeah, we've had a great training week. We're ready for them. Bring it on. Something to inspire the fans rather than the normal bullshit you come out with in your press conferences. So that's my team, guys. I may do a press conference reaction as well, depending on what he says, obviously. It's normally the same old crap, isn't it? But hopefully we'll hear something a bit more positive this week to inspire the team to try and go on and get 3 points. I doubt it very much, but you never know. Let me know in the comments what you think about that team lineup, what you think about the formation. Would you change anything to that team that I've suggested? How do you think we should go at Villa? What do you think Villa will do on Friday night as well? And do you think if we lose the game, that is the end for Steve Bruce, or will we wait till the international break, which I think is a distinct possibility? Let me know in the comments. I'll reply to as many as I can, so thank you in advance for that. If you are new to the channel and you've enjoyed what you've watched, please do consider subscribing. Lots of football recordings and live streams and everything on here, so thank you very much for that. And I'll be back with another live stream tomorrow night on Thursday Night Live with me and Holly. And also match reaction live on Friday night. That'll be at 10 p.m. straight after the game. So do stay tuned for that. Enjoy the rest of your week, guys. Let's just hope we get 3 points, or it is going to be another long week before our next game. And that is away at Brighton. So it doesn't fill you with any hope. But in the meantime, guys, enjoy the rest of your week. Do stay tuned to watch the live shows as well. Take care.
Be strong. Be strong.